Drop the gun. Lawrence Turk Allison, Turkey, Texas.
Yeah, that's why they call me Turk. If I don't fit your dream book of hero cops, it's tough.
I don't like either one of them, honey. They're both killers.
And you don't care if it's Turk or Briscoe.
What are you doing? Where can I find Briscoe? I'm going to kill him.
I mean, there's a contract out on him right now.
That's right.
You drop the case and Turk...
Flight 69, Flight 69 for Miami, now loading at gate 12.
Flight 1084 from Dallas to 1026 on time. You think I could write a song about that?
I'm going to write a letter of complaint to the chief.
What's the matter, Pat?
This is a job for the marshal's office, serving subpoenas.
Need I remind, madam, that we'll have to take Blau over to the DA's office when he shows up?
Hey, couldn't we just call a cab, give him directions, and call it a day? Need I remind you that I was up till 3 o'clock this morning chasing down pimps?
You have a tough life, Pep, you know that? Listen, we need Fred Blau, and you know it.
I know it.
He testifies we got this whole real estate deal in our hands.
Yeah, I know.
He's here to talk a deal with the heavies. He's scared. We'll just snatch him and make our own little deal.
So it's the heavies or us?
Yeah, well, he planned to rip off $1 million on a phony city project. He ain't legit anymore. He deserves a little squeeze.
Attention, please. Flight 32, Flight 32 from Chicago, now arriving at gate 11.
This is the flight.
Flight 69, Flight 69 for Miami, now loading at gate 12.
There he is. Gray suit, dark glasses.
Baggage for passengers who arrived on Flight 57 can now be claimed at the baggage area.
Police officer, freeze!
Police, don't move! Drop the gun.
Be careful of that thing. Sometimes it goes off.
So I noticed.
The fellow was fixing to do something naughty.
How long are they planning on keeping us down here?
I checked upstairs. Paint's still wet.
It's a hell of a thing. They got you sitting right outside the men's room, man.
Well, it's one of the few places you guys really know what you're doing.
Sit down. Allison, would it?
Standing's fine. The airplane seats have a way of cramping up my body.
Listen, man, you're not in any position to call the shots. Now sit down.
Hey, look, little buddy. When I sit on my hands, my fingers go to sleep. Now, you take these shackles off I'm in, I'll sit for a full-length portrait.
Hey, Bill, how long before we're going to be able to split? I mean, they got Pep squeezed right up next to the little boys' room.
I know, Pete. Where'd you find this luggage?
One pair of pants, 3 pair of cowboy boots. And this was found in one of the boots.
Another .357 Magnum, huh? Well, that's very sincere indeed.
Yeah, I nearly liked those little bitty guns, you know?
I think you might find this interesting.
You a cop?
I was a cop until it got too dangerous.
For you or for them?
I reckon it was touch and go.
Lawrence Turk Allison. Male Caucasian, 6'3", 195, date of birth 1/11/38. Turkey, Texas.
Yeah, that's why they call me Turk.
Entered Houston Police Department 3/10/58. Retired medical pension 3/4/74. Private investigator, license 6285, issued June last year. He's got a gun permit issued here July 12th of last year.
Permit to carry a gun is not a license to kill. All right, Allison, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll sit still for self-defense. You just tell me why you had to defend yourself. Who's your client?
Now, Mr. Crowley, wouldn't we call that privileged information?
Don't get cute with me, Allison, all right? I mean, look, man, as far as I'm concerned, you're on the other side of the street now, and I want some answers. Now, you getting my message?
I hope it doesn't rain again tonight. Would you like some coffee, Allison?
You're not gonna pull that good cop, bad cop routine on me, are you? If so, I hope you're the good cop.
I guess it's the same rules everywhere, just different ballparks. Fred Blau was an important witness to us. What's your connection with him?
Bodyguard.
Well, there's some pretty rough people out after him.
I didn't think it was gonna be a 4-H club. Not at the $300 a day I charge.
Yeah, I just saw how you earned your 300 today.
Where's Fred Blau?
I don't know. He hired me by phone, sight unseen. Paid him a fare and fee to meet him in Dallas, and I did. Watched him burn up the phone for about 2 hours. Hotel Endicott.
The man you killed was Steve Phillips. Know him? Ever heard of him before?
Total stranger. I reckon I'm eligible for an OR release on the shooting, so...
Oh, there are a few formalities, Mr. Allison.
Where's Fred Blau?
That old boy slipped me, and that's a rescission of contract.
Any particular reason why he hired you instead of somebody else?
Well, everybody either hires me or somebody else. Now, if the air's all cleared up, I'll get my weapons and I'll be on my way.
Yeah, well, I think ballistics would like to use your weapons for a couple of days. You can pick them up. Leave your local address right here with us.
All right, but you're sure not being very neighborly, Mr. Crowley.
I'm sorry. It's the most I can muster up under the circumstances.
What circumstances?
Well, that guy you dusted was a strong-arm man, worked for a character named Asa Briscoe. You know him?
Fat Ace Briscoe. Yeah.
Yeah, only he ain't so fat anymore. He's just heavy.
He might be setting you up. Two birds, ever think of that?
Shall I see myself out?
I think it'd be better if Mr. Royster walked you out. Hey, Pete?
Yeah.
You want to see this guy out?
I'll be seeing you, little darling.
What do you think about that character?
Oh, he's unique. I like his boots.
Man, how can they smoke those things?
Haven't touched them in years.
We're here.
Phone calls from Dallas. Check out the Briscoe connected locations. So there's no doubt about it. Well, I was looking to make a meet with Briscoe. Now Allison's right in the middle of it.
Bill, who exactly are you after?
Whoever stumps his toe first. You'll follow that, will you?
And you don't care if it's Turk or Briscoe.
Turk, huh? I don't like either one of them, honey. They're both killers.
You want me to put a tail on them?
You can't tail guys like that. They don't tail.
Let's try, Bill. We need him.
I want Blau. Now find him. Put some money in the streets. He ain't that smart. He's an amateur. He don't know how to hide. Look for cheap flops like the movie.
It's not that easy, Ace. Cops are looking for him, too.
Well, so what? We use the same stools as they do half the time. Only we pay out cash. You find him, then lose him.
What about Turk?
It's Blau I want. He's the important one. He's the one that can put me away. What I owe Turk for the old days, I can pay later.
Well, I can't find his car. I can't find a parking spot for him. I could have ducked out on us last night.
Ducked out where? He's got no place to go. Besides, he's too stubborn.
Or too dumb. I'm gonna go see if I can locate the manager. He's out in the back showing somebody an apartment someplace. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Right.
Morning.
Hi. Hop in.
You know, I figured you'd say that. I got this addiction to overcooked sausage, rubbery eggs, and greasy home fries.
Like Mother used to make?
A little greasier. Care to join me?
You make it sound irresistible.
I'm easier to tell when you're looking at me.
Wagons west, partner. I love your boots.
Move 'em out, Captain.
You eat there regularly?
You didn't like it.
Well,
Did you call your office?
in the ladies' room while you were paying the check. There's a phone in there.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, but I gotta ask. It's the cop in me.
What about the woman in you?
It took 10 phone calls and about as many official requests to get your Houston file. You're some amazing character. Real legitimate hero. Medals, medals, medals. Newspaper clippings and bullet wounds.
Oh, yeah, I can tell you when it's gonna rain.
And then you apply for a medical pension that you'd been fighting against and disappeared from Texas with just a little old post office box number as a forwarding address.
Sergeant, I am impressed with your efficiency.
You like mushrooms?
Yeah, and with my past. But so?
Well, I gotta ask it. Why did you pick here?
Well, it's as far away from Texas as I could get and still be in the United States.
You're forgetting about Hawaii and Alaska.
I think I still figure there's only 48.
Allison?
Turk or Big Darling, take your pick.
Blau's dead if we don't find him first.
So find him, that's your job. I'm on a pension, remember?
Let's get some pickles.
How long you be riding in my hip pocket?
Is my company all that unpleasant?
Oh, not at all, ma'am. But you're here because it's the easy way to keep me covered, right? Right.
Don't tell me you're gonna make it easy for me. Help me to do my job.
No, not at all. You see, your office has my guns. I had no food in the house. I wanted a good breakfast. So I brought along a good-looking bodyguard to keep in company.
And you're ripe for a hit. So you won't help us, but you'll use us. I'm not sure I like that.
Look, lady, I do my own thing, whether you like it or not. And if I don't fit your dream book of hero cops, it's tough. But I paid my dues. When I worked the streets, that was the best. When I worked alone, that was the way I wanted it. I pushed back the wise guys in the hoods the same way they pushed, with methods that they understood.
Like with Ace Briscoe.
Like Ace Briscoe.
Then why'd you quit?
I'd had it. The job changed. Politicians and the sob sisters took over. Captains that never worked the streets. Stupid laws, stupider judges.
Some stupid police women?
Yeah, and women cops.
How about women?
I like them. I always have. Guess you might say I've had my share. Hey, look, I make $15,000 a year for having a few extra holes in my body. I can live all right on that. If I need some more, I take a bodyguard job on my terms. Guess that about does it. Do you have a desire to see my refrigerator?
Thanks a lot.
Sorry, Bill.
Next time you disappear, I'll just call the police. Allison, your phone.
What about it, Crowley?
We want to cover it. We need it.
Okay. You monitor it in my apartment, just like an answering service. And the sergeant here monitors it, or nobody.
Pep,
Okay, I'll try it for a while. 24 hours.
you sure you want to stash up there with no coverage?
We're both cops, and that's all you'll have in your apartment, Turk. Just another cop.
Of course. Now, if you two will help me with my groceries, consider it a public service.
There's Blau.
Allison investigators.
What do you say, old buddy?
Turk, listen, I want to thank you for that little number at the airport, but I'm really going to need your help now, man. They're going to get me. They're going to try again.
I told you to go to the cops. They're the only ones who can help you now.
I can't go to the cops. If I go to the cops, they get my family. I can't go to the cops. Listen, Turk, listen to me. I want to talk to a guy, Briscoe. Ace Briscoe. He's the guy. Now, I'll tell him that I'll take all the blame and that I won't talk. Okay? I just want to make peace, okay?
Talking to Briscoe is a passport to a slab.
Well, I don't have anybody else, man. What do you want me to do? You want money? How much do you want? Listen, name a figure. I'll whatever you want.
Okay, Blau. See if I can see him myself. I get $300 a day. Same price, same service. But you do exactly as I say.
Right. Anything you say, right.
Okay, where are you now?
Well, I'm at a phone in a courtyard in a motel in Blancas, the Evans Motel.
Crowley. Blau is at the Evans Motel.
Okay, cut and run. Don't even go back for a toothbrush. Take a car, cab, or bus, anything. Get out of there, but call me tonight after midnight when you relocate.
You're right, yeah. Hey, listen, could you give me a lift? My car broke down and I'm stuck here. Could you?
What's she doing now? I don't know. Taylor.
Now we're gonna lose him again. That was the whole point of this thing, to find Blau before Briscoe does. What's the matter with you? Now you put him back out on the street again.
Let me tell you something, little darling. If you think you and Crowley are the only ones in town with a police radio, then you're a dumb cop. Briscoe listened to the police radio in Houston all the time. He could have heard every word you said. And if your people are going to find him, Briscoe's can find him, and maybe quicker. Now, if I can get to Blau before Briscoe, he's at least got a chance. You better call Crowley and tell him what's happened.
You dirty double-crosser. You really care about that guy, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I get tender feelings about a crocodile for $300 a day.
He's got the best cover in town. 3 straights and a big hotel. Well, we'll give him till the night. If he comes out, we'll do a hit-and-run job on him. Nice and clean. What if he doesn't come out? We go in and get him, buddy boy.
I know all about your troubles, Tony, but call me back with a place where I can locate Briscoe. Tonight. I need the place and the call tonight. Yeah, sure, hotshot. Reverse the charges. And don't sweat it. I just want to talk to Ace. Okay.
I want in.
Ain't no place to ride tandem on a bucking horse.
We know all of Briscoe's places. If we have to, we'll cover them all and loss you up. Or I go along.
Hey, look, Pepper, if it's a meet, it's me and Ace. I mean, hell, it's nothing more boring to hear two people talk about old times.
Yeah, I understand. But I want to be there.
Miss, give that to Mr. Briscoe. What's this pasta turn into library paste?
Well, now. What's the occasion, cowboy? Thought I brushed you off my shoes along with the rest of the horse manure 10 years ago.
I like your new teeth, Ace. Last time I saw you, you didn't have any.
You want to talk? Tell me some words.
Fred Blau.
Them's dirty words, Turk.
He's willing to take the rap. He'll keep his mouth shut and ride out a federal vacation. Just leave him be.
That's what they say. Then they hear those iron doors slam and they get this urge to sing. Beat it.
I'll guarantee he'll keep his flap button.
I make my own guarantees. Now get lost, cowboy. You ain't a cop anymore. You gotta follow the rules just like everybody else now.
I never followed the rules when I was a cop, and nothing's changed, and I want you to lay off of Fred Blau.
You ain't on the talking end of the phone anymore, cowboy. Now get out while you can.
You're just a punk.
And you're a dead man, Turk.
Let's go.
Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. I want you to scoot, Pepper. They don't want you.
I only leave with the man what brung me.
All right, get yourself over there.
Woo!
How'd it go?
No good. Blau's got to come to you or commit suicide.
He's called twice already. You won't leave any messages. So you call every 15 minutes till you get back.
We better cover Blau's family. This stuff's starting to hit the fan.
I've already done that.
Yeah? Yeah, it's me. Where are you? Okay, I'm on my way. Stay put.
What about Briscoe? Did you talk to him?
Yeah. No way to make a deal.
Well, what do I do now?
Like I told you, old buddy, go to the cops. They're the only ones that can help you now.
Well, like I told you, I can't go to the cops because you'll get my family.
Hey, your family's safe. The cops already have them covered.
They're not safe. He's still gonna get them.
Man, he's spooked.
Yeah, we best move it.
Where's he heading?
Nowhere, I'm afraid. You'll never get out of the Weaver Hotel. You know the place?
Yeah.
Going down?
Uh-huh.
What are you doing? I thought you said we're going down.
We are. But you are.
I just rang the button and we found him.
Was there anybody else on the elevator? Or did you see anyone leave?
I saw a lot of people, but I didn't pay any attention to anybody. There's no one on the elevator with him. I mean, the body. Really, we didn't see anything. Can we go now?
Yes, thank you. We have your phone number. We'll get in touch with you if we need you.
Give me that. If you didn't get him lost, he might be alive now.
We don't know that, Bill.
What do you think, Turk?
Nobody gets people lost. Something they got to do on their own.
You just don't give a damn, do you?
Reckon I might squeeze up a tear if I had a slice of onion. You get soggy over a dead man, Crowley?
Whatever else he was, that's a human being.
Not anymore. It's just a carton a human being came in.
Yeah, well, I tell you something, that carton was also our key to solve a case.
For that, we'll both weep.
We got no place to go with this case. We got no witness. Briscoe's already started his cover-up.
We still have Blau's homicide to work on.
That's right. We could work our butts off on that. Maybe we might come up with a case against some of the hired help. We still wouldn't get the man we want.
So?
So we drop the Briscoe thing, let homicide do their job. It's their baby.
But what about Turk? I mean, there's a contract out on him right now. You drop the case and Turk is dead.
Yeah, well, I'll believe that when I see it. Look, we lost Briscoe on this one, and that was what it was all about. Now, as far as Turk's concerned, it's his problem. He gets himself killed. He probably asked for it.
What's the matter with you? I've never heard you talk this way.
I'm just adopting a little Turk's philosophy. You seem to like his moves.
For him, not for you. You're two different kinds of people.
I just shove my foot down his throat.
Bill, listen. I'm closer to you than any man I know. I respect you. I know you're not afraid, and you're brave, and all that good stuff. But what's the sense of you two going at each other? Look, you're a good person who fights and does the things that are tough because you have to. You have no choice. But Turk does them because he needs to. And maybe he has no choice, but he has to hide a lot of things. You don't have to hide anything.
You know something? You spend an awful lot of time analyzing him.
Sure, he interests me, but he's alone and he's got nothing going for him. Compared to you, he's got nothing at all.
Except maybe you.
Yeah?
It's me, Pepper.
Get lost, Pepper. Go away.
You did that act before. Open the door. Oh, what time does the war start?
Anytime they're ready.
Thought you didn't have any weapons.
What I meant was I didn't have my favorites.
Ballistics rushed you through. There's two more.
Oh, yeah. Friend, some reinforcements. Thank you.
Think you can scare Briscoe?
Nah. He and I both have looked down enough cannons in our time.
Well, if he's coming after you, why are you hanging around?
Well, running's dangerous. I run into a brick wall when you're looking back. Why are you hanging around?
Well, they're not coming. Not tonight. I came over in a black and white. Parked out front.
Yeah, I'm sure an empty patrol car's gonna scare him away.
Now, you know what I'd like? I'd like to fix you a couple of those overpriced steaks you got today.
Pepper? What are you doing here?
Fixing you a steak.
I can get a steak around the corner.
Well, then, because, you see, I like to go to the movies. And I used to go and hide there with my favorites, John Wayne, Gary Cooper, with my lovers every Saturday.
And I remind you of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strong, silent type.
Uh-huh.
Let me tell you something. A lot of things I am, but one thing I'm not, and that's a movie cowboy. But back to my question. What are you doing here? I ain't exactly the pick of the litter.
The last one chosen needs the most.
My loves feel I'm not too well acquainted with.
You been alone a long time?
Yeah, I guess so. Not anybody's fault particularly. Just been alone.
So you're a loner.
Sounds so corny when I say it, especially if it's to a lady. Always sounds like I'm trying to get her in the sack or something. Hey, wait a minute. You got me explaining myself. And I don't explain myself to anybody. Go home, Pepper.
I don't want to.
Pepper. Where'd you get a stupid name like that?
I don't know.
You fry the steaks. I'll go take a shower.
Hey, I forgot to ask you something. How do you like your steak?
Few. Let me speak to Sergeant Crowley. And let me speak to one of his men. Royster, it's Turk Allison. Give me a phone number where I can reach Crowley. Got it. Hey, you know, I think we forgot something. The wine.
No, I think we got wine.
No, I was wrong. I know we need Rocky Mountain beer.
Yeah, and red wine.
Yeah. I'll just whip around the corner and get some.
No, I'll go. You better stay here. But you can pay.
Yeah, how about that?
Okay. I'll hurry.
You want Briscoe and his people, right? I can give them to you.
Who's gonna pay you $300 a day for that?
It's a freebie. Let's just say I want Briscoe off my back.
You wouldn't have Briscoe on your back if you hadn't shoved that breadstick down his gullet.
I shoved a pound of butter up his nose and it wouldn't make any difference. He's got a deviated septum. I know, I deviated it. Look, Crowley, I'm offering you a ringside seat.
Man, you got your guns back, and if you think I'm gonna sit there and legalize your wasting Briscoe, forget it. I had a beat on you once, man. The next time I think I'll do something about it.
Hey, don't scare me, Crowley. I've got a very negative reaction to fright.
Pepper told me you were holed up, ready for World War III. Why did you leave your place?
Because she wouldn't.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Read it to me again from the top. Starting with, my name is Dick. This is my dog, Spot.
Put a tail on me. Give me plenty of rope, but stick with me. I'll force the hit.
How?
Make them do it on my schedule.
How?
You'll be behind me. Just watch.
If it doesn't work?
What do you got to lose?
Me? I'm back. I brought you a drink. Pete, is Bill there?
No, Pep, he's out with Joe on that Blau thing. I've been trying to reach you.
What Blau thing?
What's that tail job to set Briscoe up? It's with Turk's blessings this time. I'm gonna pick it up now on the radio.
Pick me up on the way. I'm at his apartment.
What are you doing there?
Just pick me up.
Hey, Briscoe, Ace Briscoe, you yellow-bellied creep.
Where's Briscoe? I don't know, man. I don't know any Briscoe.
I got you now, man. Not him. Where's Briscoe?
I don't know, man. I swear he hasn't come in here much.
Didn't you tell him I was here?
Oh.
He'll know.
I didn't see anything, did you?
See what? I didn't see a thing.
What's your present location?
Head north of Jordan and Douglas.
That Turk is crazy, man.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Hey, mister. You can't park there. I'll take your car for you.
Tell the manager I want to speak to him.
I'm sorry, but the manager is busy. He's inside.
I think you better go call him.
Hey, are you nuts?
There goes my pension. Tell me when it's all over.
I love it. I love it. The guy's beautiful. Even if I can't see it.
Okay, mister, you broke that windshield.
My name's Turk. That mean anything to you?
I've got no beef with you.
Send the kid inside. He's got no beef either.
Go on, beat it.
And don't you be foolish either. Where can I find Briscoe?
Mister, I don't know. He's just a customer here sometimes. I'm legitimate.
Give or take 50%.
What are you doing? You're gonna put me out of business. I'm gonna call the cops.
Then I'll pay for the windows. I'll have to come back and see you some other time.
If he finds out I told you anything, I'm finished.
You are purity, flat out, breaking my heart.
Wait. He's at his other place, the Topless joint down on San Ysidro.
And tell Briscoe, Turk's coming for a visit. He may want to bake a cake. I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, pal. He's coming here. That crazy cowboy's gone bananas.
Turk?
Yeah, he's on his way here. He's gonna put the hit on me.
So what? Let him come.
Saves us the trouble of getting past the cops to get at him.
Like we got a choice, huh?
Sure.
All right. But I don't want anything to happen in here. It won't look right no matter what. Hit him when he's outside. We got enough witnesses here to show that he's on his way here to kill me. The law can't harm me. Can't harm anybody but him. Hit him on the way in.
It's a good thing this joint's closed.
Freeze! Freeze! Turn around, reach for the wall. Freeze, get him up there! All right.
Is that you, Al? Phil?
It's me, Ace.
Police officer, freeze! Get your hands on top of your head. Get up on top of your head, now keep them there. You make a move and you're a dead man.
I had to shoot him. He came here to kill me.
Get an ambulance, Pete.
Believe me, he was going to kill me.
Is that right? Get that hand down behind your back.
It's true, Crowley. That crazy idiot was going to shoot me.
Without a gun? Come over here, Briscoe. Let me show you something. Now, take a look at that. He hadn't even got a gun.
You know, there's one thing I can't stand. It's wishy-washy hatred.
Move it.
My favorite flower is bluebonnet.
Hey. Hi.
Hi. Guess I blew my wake. Anybody there worth meeting?
Will you shut up?
How long have I been out?
Almost 3 days.
Yeah. Did you just get here?
Yeah. 3 days ago, just. I've watched you sleep. I listened to you cuss a lot. You know, you get mad when you're hurting.
Yep. Agony has a way of flat out ticking me off.
I even watched you cry a couple times.
Well, that's an invasion of privacy.
No, it wasn't, because it wasn't for yourself. It was for somebody else. You big phony. You do have feelings. Just a few.
Now, don't you try to compute me, Dr. Pepper. You might not like the bottom line. You making love to me?
In a manner of speaking. The good doctor says you'll be in here at least a month.
Never could handle a hospital diet for more than a week. They won't give you any ketchup. We can make one hell of a week out of it.
Then what?
You know, when I start thinking about you, I get a feeling of permanence. I'm telling you something. Feelings like that, purity put a cocklebur under my saddle blanket.
It's funny, I knew you were gonna say just that. Going away, aren't you?
If you were an Eskimo lady, would you rub an old crooked nose like this one?
I met an Eskimo once. You know what he told me? He said they don't do that. You know what they do?
What do they do?
Crowley, you got a beautiful sense of timing.
That's what they tell me.
Come on in, sit down.
How's it going?
I'll make it.
He's already got his snowshoes on.
What, are you taking a trip up north?
Yeah, I thought I'd give Alaska a break.
Well, you better be careful what you freeze up there.
Appreciate your concern, Crowley.
Yeah. You know, Turk, I wouldn't be at all surprised if there's still a little bit of the street cop left in you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know, Crowley, I've been watching you. You're not bad yourself.
Couldn't help but notice, huh?
If you plan on seeing your grandchildren get married, you gotta get a little meaner.
Meaner?
Yeah. The other day at the airport when I dusted that punk, he should have taken me out. If I hadn't heard Pepper yell, you were one blink away from the great lineup in the sky.
Is that right? Well, let me tell you, if those prairie-honed deers hadn't heard the tinkle of that little tin star, you wouldn't be lying here now in such pretty company. I guarantee you.
Either of you got an extra pair of boots?
Can you hear me? I'll do anything you want.
Come on, be nice. Be a sweetie pie.
What did you say?
No, being big and muscly isn't everything.
Sounds like brainwashing.
No. Brainwashing is what they get from the chanters, the loonies.
Certainly be a little more cooperative.
Take a walk.
I'm looking for a psycho killing kids on the beach.
New in residence? 1 minute, please.
Yes, operator? Oh, I'm sure the party will call right back. Thank you. Oh, operator, where was the call placed from? Which beach? Thank you.
Look, some people are after me. Look, they're trying to kill me.
Why don't you get on the radio, Pep? See if the local police can come up with anything that might tie in.
Greetings. What's happening? Remember me? I'm gonna ask you a couple questions.
What are you doing?
I'm asking you questions, man.
All right, all right.
You were here this morning, weren't you?
Sure, 5:30. Why, what's going on?
It's a homicide. The body's over there where the crowd is gathered. When you got here this morning, did you find anything unusual or anything different?
I wouldn't notice anything. I'm into a training cycle now. All I can think of is concentration.
I can dig that. So, you didn't see anything at all, right?
I have to ignore the externals. All I can think about now is my body. Until after the quarterfinals.
Well, I think you're doing good, man. Good luck to you.
Was he exactly like him when you found him?
Exactly. I mean, I didn't touch a thing. I could see he was dead even though it's still dark out.
What were you doing out on the beach before daylight?
Summer hours. I make a run ahead of the cleaning rigs. They can't see the ground because of the scoop. I mean, we've run over guys sleeping on the beach.
Have you ever seen this kid before? Hanging around the beach that you know of?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. I've never seen him. The first time I saw him was this morning, just the way he is.
Okay, thanks very much.
Yeah.
Hey, excuse me. Investigator Stiles. You a tenant in this building?
Yeah. Well, not exactly.
What do you mean?
I stay, I got some friends up on the 3rd floor.
Look, a boy was murdered last night about 100 yards from here. Right over there on the beach.
Yeah, I heard about that. Man, it sure bummed me out.
I'd like to question the people in the building. I just can't walk right in. Good citizens might get nervous, flush their stash down the toilet, make all those crazy panic moves.
Yeah, panic.
No, I'm not narcotics or vice or the juvenile department. I just want to ask some questions. Did you spread the word around? Hey, now you missing the whole point. I'm looking for a psycho killing kids on the beach. It's your beach? You know the kid in the plastic bag was about your age? I'm just trying to catch the killer, put him on the brain ranch before he hits again. That's all.
Wait. Death by asphyxiation. Somebody twisted his arm behind him till it broke. He shoved his face in the sand and held it there. The MO is different from our other beach murders.
We had one at Santa Barbara like this not too long ago.
Similar, yeah. But most of our victims were discovered on the more secluded beaches. This guy was right here on a public beach.
Police responded to a disturbance call last night.
Oh?
It came from over there on Windward Street. They didn't find anything.
Do they know who placed the call?
It came from a youth hotline switchboard a few minutes from here. What was the time of death?
Approximately midnight.
That's when the call came in.
Where are Pete and Joe?
They split in both directions. They wanted to cover as much of the beach as possible before it filled up, but guess they didn't make it.
Hey. Got a quarter?
Do I have a quarter? I tell you what, I'll give you a quarter for a hug.
Sure.
Oh. All right.
Thanks, officer.
Broke his arm and buried his face in the sand.
Yeah. Wouldn't really be that tough, Pep. He was pretty small, thin, 14 or 15.
You want to check out the youth hotline?
Yeah, let's do it now.
That's right. You call the number I'm going to give you right now, and they'll be able
just
to
to
help
save
you.
you the daily trip.
Okay, it's
He won't believe you anyhow.
555-6989.
Grass won't show up on the urinalysis.
Want to repeat that back to me?
Yes, I'm positive. I'm sorry. Yes, I heard about the kid on the beach. Now, how can I help you?
Did you call the police last night?
Yes. A boy called in just after midnight. He was scared, but I could tell it wasn't a bad drug trip. He said they were trying to kill him, that he'd seen them kill another kid.
Did he say who they were?
No, he just said they.
So what did you do?
Well, I offered to call his parents, but he said he'd tried that. He told me to get the police. Then he dropped the phone, and I heard the door go, and then a dial tone.
Any voices? Anything else?
No. Isn't it terrible? Missing kids turning out to be dead kids.
Yeah, there've been an awful lot of them lately.
Last week, it was some girl, missing girl,
Hotline,
out on the coast highway all busted up. She went on the report as a hit-and-run victim.
Hello, hotline.
Call was placed at 12:14 for anyone collect from Gary. I got a hold of one of the parents and the description matches. I have to ask him to identify the body. Tough one to put through the phone.
If the description matches, Santa Barbara's only a couple hours drive. I'll go with you. Want me to?
I'm Paul Lewin.
How do you do, sir? I'm Sergeant Crowley. This is Sergeant Anderson.
I assume this is about Gary.
That's right, sir.
Look, if I'm going to need my lawyer...
Not at this point. How long has it been since you've seen your son, Mr. Lewin?
About 2 months. Gary ran away from home. I think this last time made it an even dozen.
Then you have no idea where he is.
None at all. He tried to call me last night, but he hung up before I could talk to him. And he'll call back. Look, I realize that I don't qualify as concerned parent of the month to you, but I have played this scene several times before. You must understand. I'm sure you work with plenty of juveniles.
The questions we're asking are in connection with a homicide case.
Homicide?
A young man was murdered in the beach area. We think it might be your son, sir. I have some photographs here if you'd care to look at them.
Oh, my God. 6 months ago, Gary ran away from home. Again. He was gone for 2 weeks. And I got a call from this fellow Curry representing the Youth Foundation. He hasn't. He said he'd located my son. He wanted to talk to me. So I drove down to check out the foundation. And I enrolled Gary.
Was it expensive?
It was a flat fee of $25,000. Half an enrollment, and the balance in a year, if the boy did not run away. And if he did, the foundation would locate him and put him back in training.
What was the training program like?
Oh, it was athletics, manual crafts. They had a lot of intensive counseling. I guess they called it retraining or reprogramming. When Gary called, I just assumed he was back at the foundation.
Mr. Lewin, there will be an investigation. You can help us if you don't talk to Mr. Curry. So if he tries to contact, just let us know, will you please?
Oh, sure.
Reprogramming, retraining. No matter how you slice it, it still smells like brainwashing to me.
Are you up on brainwashing?
Just the North Korean variety. That's mostly a case of push and shove and listen to the same thing until that's all you could hear.
Some of them didn't live through it, did they? Do you remember what the boy said about killing?
Yeah, he said that they were trying to kill him. He'd already seen him kill another kid.
I'd like to learn more about reprogramming.
Are you listening? Can you hear me? I'll do anything you want. Really? You have to let me out of here. Please.
Here's a wiener for you. If you operate a crash pad for kids, you do not need juvenile authority unless you claim county or state aid.
Well, from this information, these centers can avoid business licenses and a lot of paperwork by filing as a nonprofit organization.
Now, here's one that's hard to believe. It's a Curry Youth Foundation. Lists 7 employees, and not one has been checked for a criminal record.
It's not required.
It's not?
Nope. All they need is approval from the Department of Health.
I never realized that. These centers operate under no supervision, no controls. Did you know that?
You gotta be a lawyer just to hand out a parking ticket, Pip.
For sure.
Those are the rules. Whatever they are, Mr. Curry is complying with existing regulations. Can't fault him for that. No check for criminal records.
None.
All right. You're all night long waiting for this. Pretty healthy leg. Play a lot of football?
No, little soccer.
Pep, I usually go along with your instincts. I haven't yet figured out a way inside the foundation.
It's a lot more than instinct. We have positive indications that kids
Positive
in there...
enough to hold our interest, but not for a search warrant.
So what do we have? Nothing?
Nothing. We may have to wait for their next move. What is that?
Well, Pete thinks it's a cross of hot chocolate and onion soup. I make it out to be consomme and tea. What do you think, William?
I think the coffee machine's out to get us all.
You know, Pep, there's a saying for that kind of smile.
Cheshire.
Cheese or cat?
It's rather uncomplicated. There are facts existing inside the foundation which must be brought to light. This will be brought to you today through the medium of a reporter asking questions at the front door.
Sometimes you remind me of my third grade elocution teacher. You planning on doing your Barbara Walters routine again?
It's worth a try.
No, Pep, Curry's not gonna let you in just for publicity.
Especially if he's involved in the kid's death. And besides, Pep, everybody's not gonna go for the baby Browns, you know?
I'd give her an interview.
You would.
See? It might work.
You know, if a reporter showed up asking questions, Curry just might think this is a bad time to say no.
Particularly if it's a pushy, aggressive national magazine like the National Woman.
Which just happens to be published back in New York, right? That would give us time to salt in your cover before they could check you out. Maybe. Okay, Barbara, what would you say to open him up?
I'm doing a feature article for the National Woman. I'll be writing about youth foundations, and I'd like it to be accurate.
I'm sorry, I don't give interviews.
Then why don't you listen to me? I can't be writing about West Coast youth centers without mentioning you and your youth center. Now, your competitors have plenty to say about you, so I have enough material for a real hatchet job. But I want to be fair to our subscribers and to you. Now, all I have so far are a few rumors and a turn down for an interview. I wouldn't want to print it that way.
You're not trying to intimidate me.
Me intimidate you? Oh, you'd never let me get away with that.
I'll give you 10 minutes.
Terrific.
Yeah, well, she walked right in with no hassle.
Yeah, well, you could read that either way. But, you know, Pepper, she took care of herself.
Here we are.
Thank you. I really do appreciate your time.
Not at all.
Do you mind if I tape?
All right. Oh, no, I don't mind at all. The clock's on you. You got 10 minutes.
Thank you. I really want to be accurate, so
I kind of prefer it, actually.
thank you. Well, in your opinion, how did you become so successful?
We know what we're doing. We work hard at it, just like any other field, and we've gotten this big because we understand kids.
And are your services expensive?
Sometimes. All of our income is classed as contributions, but I have to adjust some of the charges because some of the people can't pay. But I never accept a contribution unless we can produce results.
How do you do that?
Well, you have to understand the motivations with runaways. They're usually running to something, not away. They're running to new experiences, new lifestyles.
That's very interesting. Well, continue. Please go on.
Well, the most difficult cases are the kids who are running back to groups or orders who've had them before. And it's, well, there must be a dozen groups like that out there. And they're offering kids spiritual highs, eternal life. Then they bend their heads and put them out in the street with a cup or have them sell incense or flowers. Parents bring me kids who won't go home. or who won't stay there if you take them. And my program brings them around to the original values, reorients them to the meaningful things in life.
Sounds like brainwashing.
No, brainwashing is what they get from the chanters, the loonies. I simply give them common sense counseling, a chance to think it over.
That simple.
Mm-hmm. What do you expect? Something complicated.
Truth. And what's your ratio of girls to boys?
Well, that varies. Right now, it's 40-60.
Mm-hmm. And do you have any women on your staff?
Yes, a lady psychologist and 2 companion matrons.
Is this you?
Yes.
Nice picture.
Well, it was taken a long time ago. Korea. Are your readers interested in sports?
Yes, we have a sports department.
Actually, basketball's a very good game because you get a lot of body contact. Got the girls over here. Look at that spirit. Working off energy. When they get serious, they look like the Lakers. When do you go back east?
Oh, tomorrow or the day after. Might stay and soak up some of this California sunshine. There's a pool at the Excelsior.
Well, if you need some more information, why don't you give me a call?
I have all I need, thank you. I've worked very hard. I'm really very tired.
Well, if you, maybe I could call you for a drink.
Maybe that's why I told you where I was staying. Thank you.
Sure. What's wrong with Pamela?
I don't know. She's not responding.
Put her back into isolation.
She's a very high-strung girl. I'm not sure.
I'm sure. Put her back into the chamber right now and phone some of the youth centers and find out if they've been approached by the National Woman magazine.
Bob. What did you talk to that reporter for?
Brushing her off could have meant more attention. And I wanted to look her over.
Pamela. Where's Pamela?
We'll call the magazine in the morning.
I was thinking about something for tonight. Gotta watch everything if they connect Gary with the foundation.
After the first one, they're all numbers.
Yes! Yes!
You know where you're going, don't you?
Oh, thank you. Hello?
Hi, Pep.
Oh, I guess I dozed off. What time is it?
It's time to pack it in, kid. I guess the fish aren't biting, huh?
Well, I'm not getting too sunburned. Why don't I give it another hour or so, okay? Have you turned up anything?
Neither Cody nor Curry has a criminal record. I got Pete talking to an ex-employee, and I got Joe out checking Curry's service record. I'm just leaving to check out a complaint filed against the foundation.
Mm-hmm. You got anything for me?
What have I got for you? Why don't you just knock it off for the day? I hate to see a lady work overtime.
Okay, thanks, Bill.
Like I said, Pamela's mother remarried, a dentist with 2 kids. Pamela just never felt comfortable there. Okay, thank you.
Sir, tell me something. Why did you file the complaint?
When I found that my ex-wife put Pamela into that youth foundation, I tried to see her, but I hit a brick wall. They said it would disturb her therapy.
Is there any way that you could make a home for the girl?
I'd sure try.
Then why don't you?
The courts won't permit it. She's got legal custody. Look, I've got a home near here, but most of the time I'm on the road. I filed that complaint because I didn't know what this Curry Foundation was or what they were doing with her. But now I'm really worried. What's going on?
We're just conducting an investigation of the place.
Well, is there anything I can do?
I really can't think of anything right now, sir. I tell you, thank you very much for your cooperation. We'll be in touch with you.
Well, please let me know if I can.
Yes, room service, please. This is room 412. I just placed an order. I'd like to cancel it. I'm going to have dinner in the dining room instead. Thank you very much.
Bill?
Yeah, what do you got?
Just got off the phone, and I thought you might like to know that Curry did receive a full medical disability discharge from the Army. He stopped receiving his checks when he failed to appear for his periodical checkups.
That's very interesting.
Yes, and he was a patient at the VA hospital, psychiatric section.
I wonder what he was treated for.
Well, it certainly wasn't athlete's foot, I know that.
If VA'd have copies of his medical records, it's probably too late today. Why don't you get on it first thing in the morning?
Well, ordinarily that's true, but in this case, I happen to know a nurse who thinks I make a wonderful doctor.
Why don't you get on it?
Oh, hi. I just tried to call you on the house phone, but you must have been on your way down. Did you make any plans for dinner?
I was thinking of maybe just grabbing a sandwich in the dining room, then heading back tonight. I don't find this town very friendly.
I'm sorry about today, but if you knew how many muckrakers I get coming around that foundation trying to do a smear job on me. You know, I even get competitors spying on me, trying to figure out how I operate.
Really?
Yeah. Gotta be careful. Now, how about relax? I will have a very nice dinner, and I'll tell you everything that you want to know. I got the car right outside.
Thank you.
Freeze, Turkey.
Put all that away, Pete. I'm just cooperating with the police.
Just the police, huh? That's what our relationship has come to after all this time. There's nobody else, is there?
Well, there must be. It's been over a month.
Has it really been that long?
Well, you came in with that bottle of dandelion wine all up on that big arrest you just made. We were right at this desk.
Well, you have to admit it was a very beautiful evening.
What do you want? This is a private club.
You Wilkes? Sergeant Crowley of the police department.
What do you want to do? Bust me?
I'd just like to ask a few questions.
Jam it. I'm concentrating.
I was hoping you'd be a little more cooperative.
Take a walk. You might accidentally get chopped up.
Sorry about it. I think I'll just take a look around. Now, you better relax. You know the old saying, when you're up to your neck in one of these, don't open your mouth.
I'm gonna kill you when I get loose.
See what I mean? You're just getting in deeper and deeper. All right, outside. This place is occupied. You were listed as an employee of the Curry Youth Foundation. Why'd you get fired?
Where you going? You don't leave me alone like this?
I'll be back when you're ready.
I didn't get fired! I quit. The guy that runs it, Curry, he's doing numbers on kids' heads.
What kind of numbers?
How do I know? He's doing some sort of brainwashing deal.
What do you know about Curry?
I don't know nothing about him.
What about this guy you worked with, Cody? What do you know about him?
He used to work out here.
Yeah? Give me some more.
His name's Cofield. I think he's wanted back in Ohio.
For what?
How should I know? That's it. There ain't no more. There ain't no more.
Okay. How many bricks can you break?
What do you mean, how much bricks can I break?
How many bricks can you break?
12 or 14.
It's really something. You gonna give me the cups? Give me the cups. Give me the cups. What do you got, Pete?
Curry's been confined in a neuropsychiatric ward a couple of times. And about a dozen times as an outpatient.
Anything we can move on?
No, not really. All we do know is that his head was really spaced out for a few years. As a matter of fact, his last visit was 3 years ago.
That was supposed to be Pepper's date. Glad he stood her up.
Really? How about you, anything?
Yeah, another name for Cody. I'm checking it out.
Well, I'll be right in. What time do you get off?
6 a.m. You gonna take me out for coffee and a donut?
You keep talking like that and I'll put the cuffs on you. Then you know what'll happen.
Most of the things that you read about brainwashing are negative. They break you off to the basics. Cut you off from everything that's familiar, secure.
Is that how some groups convert runaways?
Well, the techniques are a little bit more sophisticated, but the principle's the same. I was talking about Korea in the 50s.
You were a prisoner of war?
2 years. Look, I've got to stop by the foundation for a minute, okay?
Sure.
And then we'll get to dinner. Kids turn over their existences to whatever movement has them. And they exclude everyone outside of the group, even their parents. Sometimes they're even sent home to rip off their parents.
And you can remove the effect of all that conditioning?
Oh, excuse me. I'll be right back.
I'm getting a little hungry.
It smells phony to me. There are no baggage checks, no labels in her clothes. You keep her there. I'm on my way.
Is it dinner time yet?
Almost. I'd like to show you something. Have you ever seen an SD chamber?
Oh, no.
Sensory deprivation, the basis for behavioral modification. The effectiveness is in the simplicity.
Can't say too much for your decorator.
You may change your mind about that. The containers hold water and a high-protein food supplement, vanilla flavored. The temperature is a constant 68 degrees and the room's completely soundproof. It's amazing that with all the advances in behavior control, this is the most effective and the most humane.
This is where you retrain runaways?
This is where we begin.
I'm starting to get a little nervous in here.
You may notice that a little bit more acutely after you've been in here a while. Few people experience absolute quiet and total solitude entire lives.
Interesting.
After the initial shock of the solitude, you may doze a lot, and then you lose all sense of time. Men keep track of it by the growth of their beards. Have you read Edgar Allan Poe? Well, he wrote a story about a man who was accidentally locked in a mausoleum, and he became completely disoriented. He imagined that he was dying of thirst, sensed hunger pains, and when they let him out, he'd gone mad. And he'd only been locked up a matter of few hours. You're gonna tell me what you're doing here and who you're working for.
I already told you.
Now, don't try to bluff it out. You can save yourself a lot of discomfort.
If I can just get to a phone, you can call my editor.
Well, since you're a reporter, this will give you a first-person experience in sensory deprivation conditioning. I'll let Cody take care of you. He'll enjoy that.
Chicks don't go out with no ID and no makeup. And they don't fly around with one change of clothes with no labels in it. Are you sure no one saw you leaving with her?
Positive. Nobody knows she's here. We've got all the time we need.
We don't know how much time we have until we find out who she is.
We'll find out.
Put it on. That is no teenager we have in there. We have to have some answers, and we have to have them now.
We'll get them.
All right. We'll try your way for a while. Remember, my way always works.
We have to know who she is and why she's here. After that, we can figure out what to do with her.
You don't talk. Stay. Give me the belt.
I can explain.
Crap.
No.
You see, you haven't told the truth since you got here.
Yes, I have.
Yes. But I'll tell you what. You will.
You better tell us everything. He'll make you talk. He gets a kick out of it.
When Lewin came in from Santa Barbara today to identify his son's body, he said the boy was terrified of going back to the foundation. But all he could say is that he was locked up, alone, for long periods.
I know that. I've seen tough cons fall apart in solitary. It's gonna be heavy for the kid.
Yeah. Hell, we don't even know if Curry saw the kid after he ran away.
Yeah, he's careful. Probably snatches the kids and looks them over for a while before he calls the parents.
Yeah. Okay. You know that P-Brain Oaks lied to me? Cody doesn't show under the name he gave me.
Strange. He knows you're gonna run a make on him right away.
Maybe he just doesn't appreciate our problems.
There he is. I'll take the front, you take the back.
Hi there. All right, keep up. Come on out. Come on out. I got it, Pete. All right, come on. Come on now. Bring him out. Come on. Come on, buddy. Oh. Hey. All right, hold it. That's terrific. Another 10 minutes, and I'd have been gone. What, you scared? You believe it. Come on. I'll tell you all I know. Just keep me out of it, okay?
What about Curry?
He's in it for the bucks. Cody, though, he's crazy.
What did they do to the kids?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
They got a room underneath the gym where they keep the violent ones. They were the hard cases. They come out like zombies.
Hey, why is that?
I don't know. I just want it out.
What the hell are you running away from us for? We had nothing on you.
I don't trust cops. Besides, I figured you'd mention me to Cody.
Well, did you check out the shrink that was on the Foundation's help permit?
Yeah? She turned out to be an outside consultant with a mail-order degree in psychology. She's had meetings with Curry, but she's never been to the Foundation, and she's never worked with the kids.
We dropped it someplace.
Well, maybe it's not our move.
Yeah. A maid at the motel found Pepper's room ransacked and reported there's a burglary. Now Pep's not answering her phone.
Our move.
Hello.
Is she there, Bill?
No, she's not here.
That door was forced. It could have been a burglary. Oh, Joe found Pep's car in the parking lot. Locked.
I think we better get over that Foundation.
been in there all night. She hasn't said a word. I'll turn the strobe on. Alternate the frequency. It'll keep her from resting.
Hi, I'm lost. Could you call me a cab?
There's a public telephone 2 blocks down the road.
Yeah, I know, but I got no change. And besides, it's a pretty frightening area around here. I get a little scared. Come on, be nice. Be a sweetie pie.
What did you say?
Let me use the phone. You know, being big and muscly isn't everything.
Get him over your head. Let's go. Come on, come on. Come on, grab the wall. Let's go. Where is she?
I'll show you.
She's gotta be all right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Pepper, untie her.
Bill.
Pepper, you okay? Take it out of here. Come on, let's move.
Hey, Bill! Yeah! Hey, Joe!
Are you okay?
The key.
Huh? What do you want?
Key. The key.
Huh?
Key.
What do you want? Huh? You okay?
Yeah.
Couldn't shut him up.
Really, they're still rapping.
Yeah?
Well, we got everything.
That's great. Oh, how is she, Doctor?
The child's all right physically. She's just a little disoriented. We're going to keep her here a few days for observation. Has anyone notified her parents that she's here?
That's all been taken care of, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you.
Gonna be okay, Pam.
Pam, we notified your father. He's on his way over. He's very concerned about you.
My father.
He loves you very much.
You're gonna have to be making some decisions pretty soon.
As soon as I get my head back together, I think I'll be able to hack it with my dad and a lot of other things.
Well, that's good, because I might not be around to bail you out next time.
Yes, I know.
Bye, Pam.
Bill Crowley may not be around to bail you out next time.
There were over 200 of these alone. Feds want to talk to you.
You sell me to them? Killing a cop? But if she's blown away, they'll take delivery.
But a dead cop. They'll have bloodhounds on our trail before her body's cold.
See what I mean? They go in, but sometimes they don't come out.
Well, they've all come out today.
Except for that Lincoln yesterday, the gold one, and the one you say you dumped on him, Charlie.
I did dump it here.
Yeah, well, I don't see it, Charlie. And if it were here, I'd see it, right?
Look, Riley, it's already been cut apart. You see, they pulled the part they want, and they pressed the rest of it. Front end, transmission, doors, and fenders, okay?
Calm down, Charlie.
Yeah, but what is he busting my chops for? I ain't no snitch.
Not a good one, that's for sure.
Riley, what do you want from me? Love and trust? You got me on a bad rap, man. This is my 3rd grand theft auto, and I'm over 40 years old. If I go away on a long one now, I'll be a piece of meat when I come out.
You wanted a deal, and you got one. If you don't like the way my partner talks, that's too bad. This may be a first for you, but we're used to dealing like this all the time, and we don't like it either. Now, who owns this place?
Who knows? I drive one in, and Simmons hands me cash, and I call a cab from a block away.
I think we got enough for a search warrant. What do you think, Bill?
Well, if we don't,
He goes away, not me.
Okay, I'll apply for it. We can hit it tonight.
Thanks, Sergeant.
You sure wake up mean on Tuesdays.
All right, Buck, let's go.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
Cut the light.
All right, you guys stay here and keep the place secure.
Let's go. What's going on here? This is private property. You got no business here. Nobody called
We
you.
have a search warrant. This is a stolen car.
When did you guys start getting secretaries?
Hey, Bill, it's got a lock on it. You want us to kick it in?
You got a key for that door? I'm only a watchman here. I don't have keys for nothing.
Kick it in, Joe.
Okay, Peter.
Wonder what's in here.
I'm only the secretary. Ask the watchman.
Stand back.
Here,
I must be getting old or something.
try these. Hey, you want to look at this?
What do you got? Look, I don't know anything about this stuff. I've never been in here before.
There were over 200 of these alone. We were up all night making out the property vouchers.
When did you inform the feds?
This morning, after we inventoried. Ever try to reach one of them in the middle of the night?
I don't have to anymore. You do. You know, some of them are pretty annoyed that the papers got it before they did.
Captain, let me tell you something now. We didn't inform the papers. They picked up some radio calls for the truck and stuck their noses in it the way they always do.
Okay. Now you explain it to them.
Now?
Now. Fellas, Agents Bishop and Turner, Sergeants Crowley and Anderson.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Who's in charge of the case?
I am. Sergeant Anderson here obtained the warrant.
I see. You know, of course, the guns are a federal case.
Oh, yeah, we know. We tried to reach you in the middle of the night.
How'd you happen to get involved in the first place? I mean, it should have been turned over to us.
Well, we didn't get involved. We just opened the door, and there they were. I mean, it's luck that we found them at all.
Well, your good luck seems to have slightly embarrassed us. Have you seen the headlines?
We figured on reading the papers with breakfast. We haven't had that yet either.
I'll need your files in the case, of course.
You're welcome to them.
And the identity of your informant. We stopped at court to check your application for the warrant. You didn't name him.
No, I didn't.
You have to name him. You know that.
Wait a minute. Her informant didn't know anything about the guns. He thought he was setting up a stolen car ring. I mean, there's no reason for her to give them to you guys.
As her superior, Captain, I would suggest that you issue an order.
Oh, I didn't hear anyone say they wouldn't cooperate, just that they won't divulge the name of their informant. Since when have you people been giving yours away?
It's our case, Captain.
And it's our informant. Look, I'll ask him whatever you want asked, but it goes through me.
Sergeant, I think you're being unreasonable. I mean, we can force his disclosure.
And you'll lose any cooperation from us. That includes Sergeant Anderson and me.
Well, then I have to deal with your superiors.
You know, we seem to be forgetting what this case is all about. We're supposed to be after a gun-running operation. We'll work with you or alone, but not for you.
Captain, if I can have a few words with you in private.
Mm-hmm.
Here, gentlemen, feel free to use my office.
Thank you.
The files are locked.
We want to talk to you.
What? What are you doing here?
We're having breakfast.
You read the papers?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. See, I thought I gave up a car thing. If I knew there was guns there, I shut my mouth and took my rap.
The feds want to talk to you.
You sell me to them? Once they get you, they never let go. You told me you would keep me covered. You said this was a one-shot deal, and I delivered.
Charlie, relax, will you? She can say it to anybody.
Yeah, but is she gonna?
I won't. But you've got to talk to me. Now, through me, if they get what they need, they may not even want you, okay?
Yeah, but I told you everything I know.
Charlie, if you didn't know more, you wouldn't be scared.
I know a few names.
Just give us everything you got, Charlie. Let's start with the names.
Well, there was a Jim Nolan. And there was a Grebs. I don't know him any other way. But they own a travel agency over on Benicia.
There it is, Bonanza Travel Agency.
Yep.
The city record shows it in Wildwood, room 208.
What are you going to do if they're up there?
Bet your lunch they're not. Come in. Try the round ones, they're great. Then maybe you won't be so cranky later on.
What do you mean later on? I just need some sleep.
So do I. Oh, I want you to do me a favor, okay? It's easy. It's on your way home.
Why couldn't you have just tried to set me up a little bit? Turn on the charm, promise me your body or something?
Eat. Now, if you would stop by the city hall and check the corporate records again, it would save us a lot of time tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. And what are you going to do?
Have a pastrami sandwich for dessert. If your heart was as tender as your pastrami, you'd tell me what I want to know.
I sell only the best. Meat, I know. Ask me about meat, I'll tell you anything.
I'm asking about guns. You were buying everything in sight once and getting them out of the country, too.
I was young then. That was 30 years ago. We were fighting a war and we had no guns. When we won, I never had anything to do with guns again.
How do I find these dealers? Who are the big boys in it now?
Pepper, behave yourself. I was running guns for my people. They gave me a medal. I saw a country born. Here I got no medal. I got 2 years in the federal prison. It's over. Now I sell heartburn.
Ever hear of a Grebs or a Nolan?
Sweetheart, please. I know you from from before you knew the difference between boys and girls. Have a celery, Tony. Find a husband. Forget this business. This ain't just cops and robbers. There's usually countries involved. These people play for serious.
Hey, I'm going to find out. You're just going to be able to save me a lot of time. It's very important to me.
Have a celery, Tony.
I want names, information.
What's the use? Nolan, I never heard of. Grebs, you got the name right. He was around when I was a big supplier even then. Today, I guess he could own his own war if he wanted to.
He's like a shadow. He can't be found.
I'll tell you this. Your shadow knows guns. He loves them.
How many of these are available?
Government's selling $2,050 a pop.
Buy with the Texas company and sell them across the border for starters. Only on paper. And show a 10% profit on the books.
Where do you want them to go?
San Diego, one of the warehouses. They have to be shipped to make up for that junkyard business. Did you find out who set us up yet?
We're looking around.
Well, you find them and lose them. I don't like to see any part of my business in the headlines. It brings attention and then comes trouble. How's the watchman holding out?
Says nothing without our lawyer around. He's doing fine.
He's sure he'll live longer. Now, you find that stool pigeon and buy the cop if you have to.
Yeah, the cop's a chick.
Who cares? But find that snitch and take care of him.
Yeah. Well, good morning, my darling. It's that time again. It's Pete. I'm sorry to wake you up, but it's tomorrow already.
Oh, no. You're lying. It's too soon, and it's still dark out.
I know that, but we got a problem either way. Your secret gun informant is no secret anymore.
How, Pete? What happened?
Well, the feds got a hold of him somehow or other. They're up at his apartment, and he got word from his landlady, and he's really scared, Captain. He wants to talk with you right away. He said that you would know where. Joe's on his way to pick you up right now.
Over there, Joe, the Ford.
Charlie. Could have dealt with him through me, and instead you found him and killed him.
That's a pretty dumb accusation for a pro, Sergeant Anderson. And you left a traffic sign on the court records. We checked your cases. We came up with an obvious cop-out. It fit in. We went to question Witt.
And left an even bigger sign for every street punk that Witt was an informant. How long did you think he'd live after that? 1 hour or 2?
If you'd turned him over to us immediately, and we could have kept him safe.
Until you were finished using him and then cut him loose. And they'd have dusted him anyway. Now how much information are you going to get out of him?
As much as he told you, Sergeant.
Which is nothing. He gave me a few names, which I'm checking out.
What are they?
I'm involved in this up to my neck. If you want any information, we're going to have to trade.
Sergeant, I don't trade information.
And I don't work for you.
Now, you just might, before we're done.
You're late.
I was at the Federal Building. Charlie Witt's dead.
Yeah, I know. I got the word. I got Pete and Joe over at Homicide to see what they can turn up. I don't like it any more than you do. Here, look at this. Now, we started out with 2 names. Now, we got a dozen corporations and over 30 names. I could keep going. I just ran out of time. And all these are right here in town. Who knows how many there are in other states?
The feds would know.
Then let's give them this and let them handle it.
The way they handled Witt?
It's their thing, Pep. Let's give it to them.
Since when are you their biggest fan? You've been known to beef about them.
Yeah, when they butt into our cases, sure. But now we're butting into theirs. You're gonna have to give it to them, Pep. I'm serious. This is an official telephone message.
You're to appear before a hearing of a federal task force investigating arms suppliers. Right now, they got a subpoena on the way to the commissioner's office for you.
They sure know how to throw their weight around.
Yeah? What are you doing, calling your lawyer?
My hairdresser. And then a friend of mine on the newspaper. They want a show, I'll give it to them.
Sergeant, one question, please. Did you give this story to the papers?
Oh, I read that this morning. I wondered how they got it, too. Maybe you could put some pressure on them, Mr. Bishop.
I said lose him, dummy, not make him famous.
I didn't know the feds were going to publicize it. I just didn't know.
Oh, feds, nothing. That bust in the junkyard was a city job. They were looking for cars. Fink was a cop, Fink. Pair of pantyhose with a badge is making all these waves.
Well, she's a cop. Can't do nothing about her.
Look, you send a couple of your people over to listen to the hearings. Tape it if you can. It's only on for an hour every day on television. Use them, too. At least they look human.
How about you? You be around just in case?
I'm flying to Dallas. I'll be back in 3 days.
What's in Dallas?
Tanks. I've already got them sold. Now I got to buy some. Now you handle your end. You hear?
To continue, Sergeant Anderson, in your experience with gun shipments, did you ever happen upon a cache like this before?
Mr. Hayes, I have no experience with gun running. This is the first time I've ever come across any major arms supplier.
The information I have been provided with informs me that you are now investigating one such case. A case that apparently is not under your jurisdiction, and that you are not providing information to the proper authorities. Is that true?
Are you asking me to admit to a crime, Counselor? I mean, surely you must know that you have to inform me of my rights first. That, too, is a federal decision.
Perhaps the question was misunderstood. Let me rephrase it. This panel would appreciate any information that you could offer.
I understand that, sir, but this is an open hearing, and so I would prefer to withhold...
Unless you're planning to take the Fifth Amendment, I insist that you proceed. We are fully aware that this is an open hearing, but that's exactly our purpose.
All right, sir. It appears that the gun dealers use a cushion of corporations that are in joint ownership and intertwined with each other and subsidiary companies. I found it to start with the Bonanza Travel Agency. The corporate officers are listed as a Nolan, Sanderson, and Phillips. Nolan is reputed to be in partnership with, or to be a main figure, in an operation headed by a man named Grebs. This man is not identified yet. There may be some available information by the Alcohol Tobacco Tax Agency, the ATTA, but federal information is not made available to local law enforcement, as you know.
I think we shall adjourn for a couple of hours, hold a meeting in chambers. Gentlemen?
Yes, sir, some of the information is in our files, but it's speculative and has not been confirmed.
But it is in your files.
Some of it, sir, yes.
The purpose of this panel is to hear the information and decide what is relevant. We decide, not you.
Mr. Chairman, I don't believe I could get authorization.
Then we will have to adjourn until you do.
No, we have a witness to continue with. I want everything you know put into the record, Sergeant Anderson. Let's get this pot boiling. You'll testify while we have the TV coverage.
Bishop. It's getting a little out of hand in there, don't you think?
Yeah, and there was no reason for it. Look, if you're concerned about her safety, she just did it to herself in that hearing
Her
room.
safety is our responsibility, and we can handle that.
Well, good. If you're not sure, we can always put her under federal witness protection.
That'd be the day when one of our people asks your people for protection.
I'm not here, you understand? No flight plan. Not on any manifest. Took off from our own airfield in Texas. I'll be back before morning. Is that clear?
Yeah, you're coming back on a commercial flight in 2 days. I understand that, but that's not what I'm worried about.
He'll drop you off downtown, and when you get set, contact him. He'll be expecting your call. I'll be back by Thursday. By that time, the job should be done.
Killing a cop?
Look, that decision has been made. We got too much iron in the fire. Over $6 million with our South American customers alone. Now, if she keeps talking, they'll pull out. But if she's blown away, they'll take delivery.
Yeah, but a dead cop. They'll have bloodhounds on our trail before her body's cold.
Let 'em. In 1 week, all our deliveries will be made. Then we'll be gone. No trail, no problems. And a year from now, we'll be back in business. Come on, your man's waiting. And put Waldron on him to identify her.
Well, who's covering her now?
I got a team from Metro hanging a loose tail on her. I promised them I'd keep her busy working so they could keep an eye on her.
Keep an eye on whom?
Nothing, I'm just telling them a joke.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
It's dirty.
You have to write it down to understand it? Hang a loose tail on me. Well, if they follow me to the John, I'll flush them.
Well, one thing I cannot stand is family squabbles.
Yes.
Where are you going?
Got a singing lesson.
Bye. Okay, now for the good news. Word's down from the commissioner's office. We got to keep hands off anything to do with the arms case.
Fine with me. Of course, they didn't say anything about murder cases, did they?
You know, it's absolutely amazing the way you're starting to think like the old master. Come on, they're waiting for us in homicide.
Here you are.
Thank you.
You were really lucky. They could have taken your head off. Such a nice head.
Yeah, you mean it's still there?
Frank, did you make a comparison to the bullet that you took out of Witt's body?
I anticipated that. You're okay.
You mean it compares?
This gun that shot at you also killed Witt.
Do the feds know that?
Not yet.
So, there were 2 slugs in the guy that was killed last night. One was yours, but the other was a 9mm steel jacketed job. It tore a 2-inch hole right in the concrete.
Why would he want to do it in his own partner?
Orders. Sure, you go down, you go out. Pro could do that. An outside hitman with no personal feelings about the people he's working with. No loose ends.
It's good enough.
Well, looks like we're not the only ones sightseeing today.
Morning. I'm glad to see you came through last night intact.
Not completely.
Listen, maybe we better get back to the office. What do you say?
You've got what you wanted. You've got your exclusive on the gun case. Why'd you pull all the records on this one? I'm just a cop who got shot at. It happens all the time to cops.
Cop or not, you're a federal witness under subpoena. You belong to us.
This dead guy, Waldron here, just how does he fit into this thing?
Cleared this morning. We believe he ties in with the gun operation.
How?
We've come across Waldron's name before.
With Grebs?
I can't give you any more information.
You want it all, don't you? Don't forget to take the chalk marks.
Listen, before you say anything, let me tell you about Pepper. She's a hell of a cop. She gets a little headstrong, but it's usually for the right reasons. Bishop, there's nothing in the world that's going to keep her off this case. She's already taken care of that with the committee. I mean, she set herself up.
Yeah.
But after it's all over with, it doesn't make any difference whether you love us or we love you. Just so long as we've all done the job and hopefully saved her life.
That's exactly what I came here this morning to say to both of you, but she didn't give me a chance.
Yeah, well, I never said she fights fair. Hey, there's just one other thing. Thanks for adding your protection. I just wouldn't let her know.
Well, what's the expression? Stonewall it.
Waldron. Here it is. He shows on one of the companies.
That's no surprise. Bishop made that connection for you.
Bishop didn't connect me to a damn thing.
Okay. What's the company?
A beauty parlor.
It's about time you had your hair done, isn't it?
That feels great. No wonder the men have taken over all these businesses for themselves.
We don't get that many. Few regulars.
Yeah, all I see is women in here. The men who are getting their hair done all the time. I mean, take my boyfriend.
Yours?
Well,
The only men we get around here are the owner and a few of his friends. There's no off-the-street business.
It's me. Can you stay where you are? I'll be right over. We got new trouble. She was sitting in front of me.
You sure it was her?
She doesn't look like just any chick I saw on TV. It was her.
What kind of stuff did Waldron have in there?
I don't know.
He was your partner, your brother-in-law. What do you mean you don't know?
I want her.
You're not needed for that, I told you.
I want her. You let Mike go out with that guy?
He doesn't exist! You hear me?
I hear you. But I want to go out with him.
Look, we needed Waldron to point her out. That's all. Now he's attached to her. Do you understand? Yeah. What did you guys keep in the beauty parlor?
Could be anything. But no guns.
You idiots. Don't you understand anything? Those banana Napoleons are sitting back there waiting to see how we handle things before they agree to take delivery. Look, so Waldron left your sister a widow with 3 kids. But if we can complete delivery, have you any idea what her share will be? It'll be $200,000. Show me the bookkeeping on the Texas deal.
I'm gonna get her. Right.
Yeah, okay, right. Pepper.
Just never mind the stories. You get to take me home.
Well, good. That saves me an argument. But the boss would like to see you right away, Billy.
Bishop again. I'll go in with you.
He didn't say we, he said me. He just wants to yell a little. He's got it right. I tell you what, you can have the next one. See you in the morning. Go home.
How come you need so many groceries?
I'm on a new diet.
Look, I know this great restaurant. Artichoke stuffed with oysters.
Joe! 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 What? Oh, my God. Oh.
Pep, they said he's gonna be okay. They said the bullet went in and out clean, honey.
Sure, well, I've heard that before. I gotta see for myself. How is he, Pete?
I don't know. They got him so heavily medicated. Seems to be coming out of it a little bit.
Did you talk to him? Did he say anything?
Nurse told me I had a split.
Why don't you go home and get some rest? I'll stick around.
Well, I thought I'd stay around myself a little bit.
You have a cup of coffee?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Come on. We'll be back. Come on.
See you, Pep.
Is that more comfortable? You can't come in here yet.
Is he awake?
Oh, not completely. You'll have to leave.
The doctor said I could wait here. I'm his wife.
I'll check.
I'm sorry, Pep. We lost a baby.
You're young. You'll have more.
Not tonight. Where's Pete?
He's having some more coffee with Bill. I think he's gonna float away. He's pretty worried. Are you all right?
I've been shot. And I'm still hungry.
I told you to duck.
I didn't hear you.
You were lying down at the time. I don't know what to say, Joe. I'm so sorry.
What are you sorry about? You didn't shoot me.
I might as well have. It's all part of my case, the one I'm not even supposed to be on. It's a federal case. Why am I so stubborn? I should have butted out of there a long time ago, and then none of this would have happened.
Now look, I'm the one in bed. You should be feeling sorry for me, not yourself.
I'm sorry again. I mean, I'm sorry for you.
Pepper. I never figured to come out of the job without an extra hole in me. So I got it. And if it were the other way around, you would take the bullet for me. So you shut up here.
I guess I've been told off.
Of course, I was outstandingly brave. And I doubt if Pete or Bill could ever do that.
Look at that chick. Looks almost like she could lead a normal life.
She can't. It would bore her to death.
At least it would be her own death.
Honey, bring me another one of these, will you? I tell you, maybe you better bring her a warm glass of milk. She's going through her second childhood.
Crowley, I am fully aware that I have us all in the jackpot because I felt the feds were putting me down. I don't mind a little pressure, and I don't even mind that you have to take a dressing down for me, but I almost got Joe killed.
Pap, you almost got yourself killed, too. I mean, look, you made a choice, so did Joe. The rest of it's the rules of the game, honey.
You got a dime?
Yeah, I got a dime. What do you want a dime for?
Change the rules of the game.
Who you calling?
Tom Richards.
Why are you calling the papers? Have you had enough publicity lately?
Look, they're after me already. Might as well light a little fire under them, okay? The police desk, please. Yeah, Tom Richards. This is Pepper Anderson. I'm fine. Now, just listen for a minute, and I can give you a story that can break in the morning edition, and it's a beauty. You can be doing both of us a favor. Monday, I'll be testifying at the federal hearing, and I'll have enough names and information I'll have enough names and information to tie up one of the biggest gun running operations in the country.
Read this.
Well, she's done it. She's pinned the target right on her own. If they get her there, I wouldn't mind that a bit. Not one bit.
We don't know for sure if she's got anything or if she's grandstanding.
The people we're dealing with don't know that either.
Well, if the feds don't have us, she can't, right?
What difference does it make? She's got the junkyard stash. She's messed up the beauty parlor for a meet. Yeah? Hold on. Wait in the other room. Well, go on. What?
You said take her when she's alone. She's never alone.
I can't wait. Take her even if the army's surrounding her.
That'll double your nut with me.
But it's got to be before she talks to that committee again.
Anything you say. It's a deal.
It's a deal.
Leave the money tonight. You know where.
I know where.
After I hang up, you won't hear from me again. Anything else?
You do your job. We'll make a hero out of her.
Check all the neighborhoods and see what you can find. Excuse me a minute. Now, before you say anything, you were right. We found some books that don't match with a hairdresser's income and some very interesting phone bills.
Where do they check out to?
That's what Turner's going to find out. Even takes us a couple of hours.
Does Greb show up on anything?
We'll have to wait on Turner.
Well, check these out against what you got.
Does this make us partners?
I wouldn't press my luck. You don't know when you're well off.
If you have another raid, we want in on it.
Now, look, the reason for all of this is to keep you safe, not make you available.
I have more information I'm working on.
I'd give in, Bishop. She's not going to.
Who took it? The feds or the cops?
Well, the guy who answered the phone at the beauty shop thought it was just the cops, but he wouldn't know the difference.
Morgan or Wardrobe left any of that incriminating stuff in the beauty parlor, they're out. And if our lady friend talks before the committee with any of the stuff in that beauty parlor, their cut will be what they deserve. Nothing! Well, don't stand there like a dummy. Give me a hand. Oh, wait a minute. Buzz my driver's room. We're gonna use your car.
Willie, just a second.
Willie, you know the routine. Stay in the hotel, take care of all the phone calls. I'll be in touch with you later. Right. Well, let him hit us now, for all the good it's gonna do him. Come on.
All right, move 'em out.
You're lying! You killed him yourself!
Here's the ballistics report. Look at it! There were 2 bullets in Waldron's body. The one that killed him wasn't mine.
You're a liar.
It could only have been a pro, Morgan. That's the way they work. You've been around, you know that. Greb's brought in a pro. He was with your brother-in-law. But he gave him the kiss-off, and Sergeant Anderson brought him down with her shot. You help us get Greb's, and we'll get the pro.
We're gonna get Greb's one way or another. You help us. You tell us where we can find him.
I cop out to you, the feds will put me away for life.
What if we get you a deal with the feds?
No, you can't pull that stuff. They don't deal with local cops.
But what if we could?
I deal.
I want Grebs. We'll deal.
Better leave it.
Get him out of here. Bring in Morgan. We almost had Grebs in Chicago once. He pulled the same stunt then. He'll check in by phone.
My phone, huh? All right, Louie, get over here. That's our station. Now let's see you deliver.
Get it right, or you lose all the way around.
Hello. Who is this? Morgan? What the hell are you doing there?
The cops took the penthouse. So I called Willie and came up here. We want to know what to do.
Where's Willie?
We went down to get some food. We didn't know how long we were going to be here, and he was hungry.
Yeah, that creep's always hungry.
Yeah, him and his enchiladas. What are we going to do? I just don't want to stay around this town. The cops are right in our tail. Well, couldn't we all just talk it over? Where are you guys?
We're at the junkyard. Just hang there until I find out what the man wants to do.
You stupid.
Well, what is the problem? It was just Morgan.
Just Morgan, huh? How did he know to go to the hotel? It was you I told, not him.
Well, I just wasn't thinking fast enough.
No, you weren't.
12847, 12040 request an additional unit at the northeast section of the yard.
12847, roger. Show me en route, verified, 5th and Olive.
Bishop, take him out that side.
Come on.
All right, get out. Let's move it, move it. Come on. I got it. All right, sprint.
All units.
Go ahead.
Man with a gun.
Stay on top of them. I had to do the same thing.
Move it over. Hey, Lily.
Hi, Bishop.
Hi.
You don't care who you drink with, do you?
Ah,
He's fine.
lady, don't you ever forgive?
As a matter of fact, this old boy here kind of saved your life, didn't he?
Uh-huh. Sure did.
Well, I think you two ought to kiss and make up.
I'll drink to that.
I'm sorry I suggested that.
Who's my target?
The perfect minorities to hate, Amelia.
The smut peddlers.
My name's Amelia, same as you, and I'm a prostitute.
But then if you admit it, why didn't you tell the voters the truth?
It was past history, private.
One flew over the councilman's nest.
Get me back to simple crime in the streets. You can do it, and I want it. Ask for Captain Barnes.
Someone is trying to kill me. Wonderful city.
And now here, once again, our own Amelia Boyer.
Thank you, Paul. I'm going to miss you.
And we'll miss you, too.
Most of you are aware this is my last day as co-anchor person here at KXLA. For
There she
better
is.
or worse, I have thrown my hat into the political ring as candidate for city council. I would like to say to those very vocal demonstrators who are at this very moment picketing outside the studio, you are not pressuring me into this resignation. On the contrary, I am simply abiding by the FCC ruling for equal time for all political candidates. Neither picket lines nor threatening phone calls can stop me in my crusade to make this city a better place for clean-living, God-fearing Americans to live and to work. Thank you.
I won't do it.
Afraid you're gonna have to.
Listen, I couldn't stand Amelia Boyer when we were in high school. I can't stand her now. I hate what she stands for, and so do you.
I'll do it. I'll guard Amelia's body even with my fractured flipper.
There's your volunteer.
Nope. Well, how about me? Or am I too minority for Mrs. Boyer?
I got direct orders from Captain Bly. Sergeant Pepper Anderson's the man for the job.
The man.
As a matter of fact, his exact words were, the only man for the job.
Well, I won't do it. Tell Barnes I won't do it.
I told him you wouldn't do it.
Well,
You're doing it.
all right, I'll tell him.
You tell him you do that. Just say, Captain, you can go to hell.
Sergeant Crowley told you what I told him. And incidentally, it came from the chief himself.
Captain Barnes, I have a good reason for wanting to be relieved of this assignment.
Good reason?
I think so.
Hold it, Pepper. Before you say it, let me warn you, it better be good. And a hell of a lot better reason than the one Sergeant Boldroff gave me for not wanting to be Hirohito's bodyguard when he was visiting our fair city. Well, it seems that Sergeant Boldroff was a prisoner of war in Japan. So, while he was a prisoner of war, he swore that he was going to get that guy one day if he ever caught up with him. Now, that's the excuse he gave me for not wanting to carry out my direct orders to see that no bodily harm came to our royal guest while he was visiting here. Now, I ask you, your whole life, have you ever heard of a reason as lame as that? Now, what's your excuse?
Police. Sergeant Anderson.
All right. Come on in.
We got certain rules in this house. This way. And one of them is, I'm gonna have to frisk you. I hope you don't mind.
I mind.
Udo, you don't have to frisk a cop. Hello, Pepper.
Hello.
Amazing. Simply amazing. Who'd have ever guessed that the prettiest girl in high school would end up a lady cop?
Policewoman. And I wasn't the prettiest.
Whatever. Udo, would you take the policewoman's bag to the guest room?
With pleasure.
Thank you.
Udo is quite an animal.
I'm sure you'd know.
The same fun-loving Pepper, except your hair, isn't it blonder?
You've lost a little weight.
Amusing.
I try.
At least I made something of myself after I left school.
You certainly did.
I've come a long way, baby, if I do say so myself. And just imagine you, the girl most likely to succeed, my bodyguard. I asked the chief of police especially for you, and only you.
Thanks. I really appreciate that.
Home.
Be it ever so, cluttered.
Say hello to Sergeant Anderson. Pepper in high school. My whiz kids, June and Jim Brennan. Mr. and Mrs.
How do you do?
Hi.
Terribly, terribly young and terribly, terribly bright. Almost human computers you feed in statistics and outcomes campaign strategy.
What do you think of this, Sergeant? How's this grab you?
Make you want to rush right out and vote for her?
For Amelia Earhart, anytime.
Pepper's hardly the one to ask. She even voted against me for high school president. I won anyway.
I remember.
My kickoff speech, have you double domes given it some thought?
We have.
Got a great idea.
Pepper, darling, I'm sure all this profound strategy would bore you silly.
I'm sure it would.
Could I help you find your room and you can clean up and whatever?
Just tell me where it is. I'll find it.
I'll call Udo.
I'll find it.
Up the stairs, first door to the left.
Nice meeting both of you.
You too.
How come when I yell for a cop, I never get anything like that?
Down, boy.
This great idea. If you can get your mind off of sex and back to business, this great idea, I hope it has something to do with Councilman Grant. Did that investigator you hire find out anything?
Not yet.
So far, your most worthy opponent seems to be just that, most worthy.
But something will turn up.
And what if nothing turns up?
Oh, it will, Amelia. Trust us.
We'll make sure that it does.
Did anyone check into his connection with those landlords who rent out those smut shops down on Bailey Street?
Yeah, there's no proof.
But we got a letter definitely stating that Grant...
Crackpot time, Amelia. Did you see who signed it? Queen Victoria.
Any rumor is potent before the election. All right. All right. So what's this great idea for my opening speech tonight? Who's my target?
The perfect minorities to hate, Amelia.
The prostitutes, the vandals, the smut peddlers, the dope addicts, the sexual perverts who, with their insidious filth, are contaminating our lives and the lives of our children. I call on you to help me protect our neighborhoods against these people. To exterminate those who are responsible. Not only those who commit the crimes, but those who allow them to happen. Protect our neighborhood.
Protect our neighborhood. Protect our neighborhood. Protect our neighborhood. Protect our neighborhood.
Hey, all be quiet, please. Quiet.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, please, let the Reverend speak.
I speak, Miss Boyer, as both a minister and a private citizen. And as both, I am all against pornographers, vandals, and other true criminals. But I cannot, with any conscience, continue to listen to your attacks against Councilman Grant.
Please, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd like to say something. I'm a housewife and a mother, and I represent the Better Government League in this city. I'd like to go on record in decrying your heavy-handed use of extremist tactics, Miss Boyer, in order to gain votes for an office that we feel you are not, repeat, not qualified.
Now, quiet. You listen to me. And you listen. Miss Boyer, my name's Amelia, same as you. And I'm a woman, same as you. And I'm a prostitute. Oh, you may not like what I do. I can't say I'm proud of it either. But I don't know no typing. And I ain't had much schooling. I don't punch a clock. And I don't gussy myself up for no office. But that don't give you the right to tell me where I can or can't live. I can live anywhere I want to. And nobody here can tell me I can't.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, please. Let us hear what this unfortunate, misguided lady has to say.
Why don't you tell these folks the truth? Now, I have civil rights, ain't I? I can live anywhere I want to, right?
You're right. You're absolutely right. Her kind can live anywhere they want to now. And that unfortunate situation will remain as long as Councilman Grant is in the office. But if I am elected...
If you are elected, you know what? I'll sue you. I'll take you to court. I'll take you all the way to Washington, D.C. if I have to. I'll give you the fight of your life. Oh, I may not win, but it sure will be fun. Now, how about that, honey? Oh, I'm leaving. I'm going. Listen to me. Any man here who is without sin, let him catch the first stone. I know my right, and I'll have the I know my right.
Listen to this. Got this out of the editorial section this morning. In Germany, the Nazis first came for the communists, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a communist. Then they came for the Jews, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for the Catholics, and I didn't speak up because I was a Protestant. Then they came for me. And by that time, there was no one left to speak up for me.
Why me?
Good morning. Ah, but soft. What light through yonder window breaks?
It's his light in yonder truck.
Why don't you fix it?
I never knew Shakespeare too well.
Oh, I may not win, but it sure will be fun. Now, how about that, honey? Oh, I'm leaving. I'm going.
Get lost, sister. You don't need that kind.
Take it easy, my darling.
Hold it. What did she ever do to you?
Streetwalkers, commies, preverts. They don't belong here.
Well, where do they belong, Goldie?
Anywhere away from good, upstanding citizens. Hey, you two aren't sticking up for that hooker, are you?
Goldie, I don't care if she's a hooker or a nun. I'm talking about rights.
Hookers got no rights.
Is that your truck parked out front?
Yeah.
Did you know you left your lights on? I got it.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Now, like I was saying.
Well, it doesn't matter what you were saying, my friend. Everybody's got civil rights.
Sure, but that's what makes Amelia Boyer so terrific. She'll see if those kind don't have any anymore.
For sure. But whatever happened to that good old American saying? Live and let live.
Now, that's the way I used to think. But then I started looking around at what's going on, and I don't like what I see. I mean, I don't like those people around, especially not here.
You know, I'm sure gonna miss that Amelia on the 6 o'clock news every night. You know, when she says something, you can believe it. And she says Grant is weak, and he is.
That's right. Why, do you know that he even thinks it's all right if you're gay?
Yeah.
But that Amelia is a living saint if ever there was one. And when she sings, oh, beautiful for spacious skies.
What are we doing, auditions for the Gong Show, Goldie?
Oh, boy, you guys really have some nerve, taking good taxpayers' money and then sitting around defending hookers and preverts and... Aren't you cops supposed to defend people like us?
The boy is charged that prostitutes should be legally barred from so-called decent neighborhoods.
Well, I'm afraid I can't comment on Miss Boyer's speech. I've been here at our fundraising banquet all evening, so frankly, I didn't hear what she had to...
Protect our neighborhoods. Your all-American dream and a catchy slogan. Ron, how can you argue with that?
Easy. You don't protect neighborhoods by taking away civil rights.
Well, how are you going to stop it?
Barbara, we just have to. These, Hitlers and McCarthys and fringe lunatics who destroy freedom by promising so-called decent folks that they're looking out for their best interests. We just can't let them do it. Every citizen has the right to express himself, but legally, honestly.
Can you hear yourself, darling? Can you hear this pedantic soapbox ring you're getting into your speech? Well, the voters won't buy it. I mean, it's... Well... More coffee?
Please. All right, Barb. Something's been bothering you all week. What?
Nothing.
That nothing means something. Did you hear that ring in your voice? It says, what I am saying, I do not mean. Thank you. Now, what's wrong?
Don't let that woman drag you down. Withdraw from this rat race, please.
What?
Make an announcement that you've decided not to run in this year's election.
Why would I do a thing like that?
You want it in one word?
Yeah.
Amelia. In 2 words, Amelia Boyer. Ron, I'm afraid of this woman. She could crush you. She can make people believe anything she wants them to believe.
So what can she say about me?
Think. For one moment, think. It doesn't matter now. We know it doesn't matter anymore. But think what she could do if she found out.
Daddy, how do you like it?
Attention all 3rd graders. That's great.
Did I spell the words right?
100%.
I'm going to thumbtack it to the bulletin board in school. Good idea, huh?
Well, Marianne, don't you think it would be a good idea if someone were to put up an Amelia Boyer poster, too, on the same bulletin board?
Why her?
Freedom of choice. You see, all the 3rd graders should have a chance to decide for whom they want to vote.
Well, I think it's pretty dumb myself, but if you say so.
I say so.
Here's your lunch. You better hurry. School bus won't wait.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.
We love you.
Love you, too. I'll see if someone wants to put up an Amelia Boyer poster, too, even if I still think it's dumb.
Ron, you could always go back to teaching. I'd like that.
And lose out on that crucial 3rd grade vote for the city council?
Good morning, Pepper. Over here. Bravo, Udo, bravo. Laugh, dear. He loves encouragement.
Why don't you throw him a fish?
Lady Cub, how'd you sleep last night?
Alone. Thank you.
Udo, go take a shower.
Yeah, boss lady, whatever you say.
Coffee hot?
Help yourself. I'll call Marguerite for your breakfast.
No thanks. Just coffee's fine.
You don't like me very much, do you? You never did.
I don't like what you stand for.
And what does that mean, what I stand for?
You're a hypocrite. You always were.
Throwing around all that garbage about protecting the good guys from the bad guys, the evil, the undesirables, the untouchables. It's all as phony as you are, but there is one consolation.
Oh, what's that?
You'll never get away with any of it constitutionally.
Oh, you're a lawyer.
If you are elected, Amelia, you won't change a thing. Only the trappings will be different. A sense of new power, a new office, a new bed to sleep around in.
Bed to sleep around in, grammatically incorrect. And what's that supposed to mean? Are you implying that I'm a tramp?
You tell me. I mean, what's the difference between doing it for money or favors?
I resent that.
Remember Beatrice May Jesse?
Beatrice May was a thief. That's why no one voted for her for class president.
Lucky for you, they found those stolen supplies in her locker the day before the election. Alan Hunter found them, didn't he? I wonder how he knew they were there.
Beatrice May was guilty. Why else would she take that overdose?
I don't know why, do you?
Listen, Pepper, darling, I don't have to take this from you. I could get someone else from the police department.
Great. Get me back to simple crime in the streets. You can do it, and I want it. Ask for Captain Barnes.
I am not letting you off of this assignment. You have the phone. Answer it.
Sergeant Anderson speaking.
You tell that Amelia Boyer to cool it, or she'll get her lousy head shot off.
Good, huh?
The timing was perfect.
Who was that?
Sergeant Crowley, please. It's urgent.
What's happening? I have a right to know.
Crowley. Yeah, Pepper. What else did he say?
Get her lousy head shot off. Better get Pete and Joe over here and, forget about springing me.
Okay, you got it.
I told you I needed protection. Someone is trying to kill me.
This Sergeant Anderson, good-looking chick?
Good-looking chick. You sure you know what to do?
Hey, this isn't the first time. It won't be the last.
I'll call to verify if it's still on. You know the time and place?
I know, okay? I know.
Over here, Crowley. What's the matter? Can't you see in the dark?
It's gonna be.
Rest your weary bones.
What's that you're drinking, Shirley Temple?
I'm drinking expensive on you. You see, if you'd come to my place like I told you on the phone, drinks on the house.
Yeah, and I told you, you better be careful how you proposition me. I just might have to run you in.
No, you wouldn't do that to a little old card-carrying coyote like me, would you, baby?
I just might.
Yeah, you just might. Anyway, I'm safe. You called me. I didn't call you. Now, what's on your mind, Crowley? And that's not a proposition.
Look, I know how you feel about Amelia Boyer.
Don't speak such language in mixed company, please.
Level with me, Amelia, will you?
Now, who's propositioning?
Have you heard any rumbles in your business? Anybody threatening to blow her head off with a shotgun, anything like that?
Boyers?
Boyers.
Well, we sure hate her guts. But we have enough trouble with the law in our regular business. Why make things tougher?
You know, that's the way I figure it. Why?
Bill Crowley?
Yeah.
Telephone.
Excuse me. Thanks. Crowley. Oh, yes. Yes, sir. Yes, I understand. Where are you now? On the corner near you there, there's a coffee shop. That's right, that's it. About 15 minutes? Okay, I'll see you then. Thanks.
Want a drink?
Oh, thanks. Why don't you give the lady another one, will you?
Think she needs it? Here's a bill already.
You're kidding. Yeah. Pepper Anderson, please. Sergeant Crowley calling. Forget it.
Like I figured.
Yeah, Pep. How would you like to join me for a cup of coffee?
Hey, Fuzz. Where's Pepper?
You mean Sergeant Anderson? Well, she went out for coffee. If it's all right with you.
Oh, yeah. What's your name?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Well, my name is Investigator Pete Royster, but you may call me Peter.
Well, Royster, you don't match the decor around here. You got no swank. You get the drift?
You don't know how much that hurts me coming from such a swank. I always thought I was. I went to swank schools. I ate nothing but swank food. As a matter of fact, I never talked to anybody who wasn't swank. I thought I was the epitome of swank. Goodness.
Well, you're not swank. And they've been lying to you. Maybe you ought to do something about it.
I think this is better. Yeah.
I don't.
What's the matter with it?
Blue. Baby blue.
Terrific audience impact. Nobody doesn't like blue.
Is this better?
No, not for today's rally. 5 church groups have requested blocks of seats, so boobs are out. Look, if it'll make you happier, I promise to lower the neckline for the American Legion next week. Plunging in glorious red, white, and blue, okay? There you go.
When's Jim supposed to be back?
He was meeting the contact at 10, so any minute now.
Didn't that investigator give us a hint of what he'd found?
Nope. He just phoned Jim, and he said to me he'd meet him in the park with the information and for Jim to bring $1,000 in small bills. If blue is your color.
I don't know. Where's Pepper? She has style.
You don't trust me?
Don't be a goon. Of course I trust you. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just furious at that pig-headed blonde running off without telling you where she was going.
Listen, maybe we should lose Sergeant Anderson. I mean, for some reason or other, she seems to upset you.
Coffee black, please. Hi, Bill.
This is Councilman Grant, Sergeant Anderson.
How do you do?
It's a pleasure.
What can we get you?
Coffee's all I'm having, thank you.
It's here.
That's fast service.
Faster than you'll get in the city. Believe me.
I have the feeling she's not one of my staunchest supporters.
I have a feeling you're right.
Well, first of all, thank you for meeting me here instead of police headquarters. I'd rather not talk to reporters just yet.
What's happened?
Somebody broke into his office. Took some documents from his files that could be damaging to his campaign if they were made public, right?
That's right.
What's in them?
I'd rather not say, unless you tell me I have to. Believe me, nothing of a criminal nature. No records of bribes or illegal contributions, nothing like that. I was hoping you could investigate without any publicity. Is that possible?
That's why I wanted Sergeant Anderson here. Since she's working at Boyer's, maybe she'll come up with something.
Are you sure the contents could be used against you in the campaign?
Well, an unscrupulous opponent might be tempted, but I honestly don't know about Amelia Boyer.
Fantastic. Utterly fantastic.
Is it worth $1,000?
10,000. 100,000. This'll do it. This will do it. What a sensation this will be at the rally this afternoon.
Not yet, Amelia. We stick to the original plan.
Why? This is all we need. We simply tell the voters the truth about their Councilman Grant, war hero.
Well, maybe you won't have to tell them the truth. Not if we do it our way and force his hand.
All right.
Do it our way, Amelia. And you won't have to worry about Councilman Grant anymore. It's on. Very nice.
Well, it's so.
I'll buy it.
Love the color.
See, I told you. It needs this.
Oh, the miracle of a sweet opening bud.
Go, Sally.
Listen to that, Pepper. Don't you want to go out there with your pom-poms and lead the cheer?
Cheerleader, huh? Someday you have to show me your pom-poms.
Thank you for your love. Thank you for your confidence. And thank you for wanting to help me rid this city of the sin and of the corruption. When I started this campaign, I made a promise to myself that I would never say anything personal against my opponent, Councilman Ronald Grant, who is a family man and a hero of the Korean War. I unfortunately must now break that promise in order to be a good American citizen and reveal to you documented evidence that has come into my possession, proving that Ronald Grant has been less than truthful with you, the decent voters of this wonderful city.
Just relax now. You're all right. You're all right.
I'm lucky you missed me.
Lucky for you, he's a lousy shot.
Over here. Where'd he go?
Hello.
Councilman Grant?
Yes.
My name is Jim Brennan. I work for Amelia Boyer.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody just tried to assassinate her.
What?
I think we ought to talk.
This is Bill Baldwin speaking to you live from in front of the palatial home of Amelia Boyer. We're waiting for the arrival of Councilman Ronald Grant. According to a spokesman for Ms. Boyer, the councilman called her almost immediately after the attempted assassination, requesting a meeting between the two. Now, although Amelia Boyer has said herself that she believes that Councilman Grant was in no way involved in the shooting incident and the attempt on her life, and even though it was at the same time that she was about to reveal, and I quote, documented evidence that Grant has been less than truthful with the voters, end quote, I'm sure the news people gathered here, like myself, will want some answers to the questions about his possible involvement in that shooting incident. Ladies and gentlemen, I see a car driving up now. It is Councilman Grant.
It's about that time.
Councilman Grant, Councilman, we know you called a meeting. Now, what's the meeting here? Councilman, come on, give us a break here. We need the news. You're on television, Councilman. Councilman, come on. We need the words here. We need the words. Our people would like to hear from you, Councilman. Councilman, please. What is the purpose of the meeting, sir?
No comment.
Yes, but our listeners
I'm
are
sorry.
anxious to...
I have no comment.
Well, you saw and heard, ladies and gentlemen. Councilman Grant has refused to say anything at this time about the rather extraordinary events that have taken place during the day. Now, we'll return you to our studios, but we will remain here, and when the councilman comes out, maybe we can get an interview with him. Bill Baldwin, KXLA News.
There's no need to beat around the bush, is there? I think you're familiar with what transpired this afternoon.
No, I'm not sure. I heard on the radio. Well, you know, I had nothing to do with this terrible thing.
Take it easy, sir. We're not accusing you of trying to kill Amelia. That's not the reason why I asked you to meet us here.
Yeah, on the radio, coming over. The news reporter kept saying, I called you. You called me.
Does it matter who called whom? You're here. And I think deep down in your soul, you know why you came when Jim called, don't you? Your medical records.
Those files that were taken, is that your medical record?
Yes, yes.
Well, Amelia, speak up.
Are you in any way insinuating that I had something to do with that burglary?
Another election? Another thief? Only no Beatrice May to blame it on.
You are definitely out of line. Can I help it if someone happens to send me copies of perhaps stolen medical records? That some loyal, decent citizen bends the law a bit because he doesn't want to see a sick war hero running our government and his life.
I am not sick. Now, I've never used my war record in any of my campaigns. Never.
For good reason, I think, don't you? Especially since it might bring up that period of your life right after the war.
Mr. Grant, is it true that right after the war, you needed psychiatric treatment? Is that true?
Yes.
In fact, at the time, you were in such a catatonic state you might even be called insane.
No, not insane. No, I never was insane.
But you were committed to a hospital for nearly a year. Isn't that true?
Not that long.
Almost all of 1953 in the Veterans Hospital. The wing with the heavy bars on the windows and the guards at the door. It's all in the records.
One flew over the councilman's nest.
Do you deny it?
Do you?
Do you, Grant?
No, I don't deny it. It's true.
Well, then, if you admit it, why didn't you tell the voters the truth before?
It was past history, private history. I've been treated. I've been cured. I've pushed it out of my mind.
Then we have to push it back. Let the people decide.
You're not going to intimidate me, Ms. Boyer. You may as well know that.
You're not quitting?
No, I don't quit.
All right. Then, to put it more tactfully for the press, you're withdrawing.
Not in your life.
But don't you understand? We're talking about your life. You can do an awful lot of other things. Worthwhile things, you and your lovely family.
Don't listen to her.
You stay out of this. If you don't withdraw, Grant, you force me to tell the people the truth. That you are a sick man, unable to fulfill the responsibilities of his office. I almost told them this afternoon when, fortunately for you, I was interrupted by a would-be assassin.
Probably hired by you. No professional would miss you that far unless he did it intentionally.
Now you've gone too far. I want you to get out of here now.
With pleasure.
Get out!
Hang in there, Councilman. Don't give up.
So you got canned, yeah?
Yeah, she threw me out. It'd be funny if it weren't so terrifying. You realize she could be elected.
Probably will be.
Oh.
Here he comes.
What happened in there? How about it? What was the talk about inside? Now, we need an interview from you. Councilman, come on now, please.
Excuse me. No comment.
Councilman, come on. Excuse me. What's the meaning for the meeting in there? Come on, Councilman, please. Say something to us. Will you please give us a little help? We need the news. Here's where I find it. Come on.
12Y51, code 1.
12Y51, go ahead.
12Y51, on your driver's license search, we've got a hit. Phone your office for the information.
That's a Roger.
Here comes that Brennan lady.
Listen, you follow her. It's just a hunch, but see if you can find out who she's trying to contact. All right?
What, you're not coming?
No, I got a call to make. Alan? It's Pepper Anderson. Yeah, Pepper. Would I kid you? Of course it is. How are you? No, it's been a long time, but not that long. Listen, could I see you? I mean, right away? You haven't changed a bit. No, it's very important. Something's come up. Yeah, I know the place. 10, 15 minutes? I'll be wearing a carnation. Now, in my ear. Okay, thanks a lot. I'll see you there. Bye.
Do we follow her?
Well, Pepper said we should check on her contact. She's coming now. She's getting into the car.
Let's go. Police, wanna? Police! Police, hold it!
So the would-be assassin is dead?
Killed by a truck. Without him to testify, it'll be tougher, but I still think we'll be able to prove that your would-be assassin was actually hired by you.
I hired an assassin to kill me?
To miss you. We dug that slug out of the auditorium stage a good 5 feet away from where you were standing.
You've been listening to Anderson and her wild accusation that I hired my own assassin.
This was in the dead man's pocket. Inside were $5,000. Now, we've been very careful about the way we handle this thing because of the fingerprints. They could be yours.
Mine?
2 police officers saw you leave the dead man's motel room just a few minutes before he was killed.
Sergeant Crowley, I have no idea what this is about. In fact, I may call your chief and complain about this outrage, especially Pepper's behavior.
You want me to dial it for you?
I told you to get out and stay out.
I realized that you could carry this I am innocent routine right through your campaign and get yourself elected. And your terribly, terribly bright twosome here would go along with it. So I brought some insurance. Alan. You remember Alan Hunter, captain of the basketball team?
Hello, Amy.
What are you doing here?
Pepper called me. I told her the truth. It was a relief after all these years of feeling guilty.
What are you talking about?
My planting those supplies in Beatrice May's locker. At the time, when you asked me to do it, I thought it was a joke. I didn't know she'd commit suicide over it.
Why would I ask you to do a stupid thing like that?
Because you wanted to win a high school election.
We've got to make sure you never do anything like that again.
Are you threatening me?
In your own way, you killed Beatrice May Jesse.
That's a lie.
And right now, you're trying to make Ronald Grant commit political suicide.
He's already committed political suicide. Don't you understand? He's weak. Look at his record. He's ineffective. I'm strong, efficient. You have to give me credit for that. And I can clear the streets of the scum. I can cure some of society's worst evils.
Amelia, your kind of cure is worse than the disease.
It is with deep sorrow and after much soul-searching that I have decided to withdraw from the city council race.
Oh, don't quit, Amelia.
One reason is you can't live through an attempted assassination and feel the same. But let me tell you, I will run again. And then I will do everything in my power to make our city a city to be proud of. So, keep your faith. We shall protect our neighborhoods. Thank you.
Right. We'll do it, Amelia.
That's called snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. You think she'll run again?
Her kind has more lives than a cat, and they always seem to land on their feet.
Well, why don't you drink up? Come on over and help me protect my neighborhood.